This short video is a comment on one video that I made about Kabbalah and non-Jews. On my video, I explain that all the lofty levels and spheres and trees and so on that are explained in Kabbalah, that are actually activated, touched upon, and so on, when a person fulfills a specific mitzvah, commandment of the Torah, that only applies to Jews. Because God bound himself, so to speak, because he wanted. He was not forced to create anything or to do anything and so on. He decided to bind himself to the Jews when the Jew fulfills a specific commandment and that touches spiritual levels and so on. That's what I explained in my video. Non-Jews do not touch those levels. Why? Because God did not bind himself to them through the commandments. Now, Bob, a user in YouTube, commented my video, a very interesting comment that I recommend to read. And the comment is, okay, thank you. Now I know that learning and knowing those levels are not for non-Jews. And I would like to make the following comment. In certain cases, the knowledge of those levels help us fulfill commandments that apply to non-Jews also. For instance, the unity of God. We can argue whether it's an obligation or not on non-Jews to believe in the unity of God, but certainly it's not something wrong. Certainly it's a good thing, whether it's, again, a commandment or not, that's arguable, but certainly it's a good thing in order to prevent idolatry, to understand as much as you can the unity of God. And the truth is that the only, and I really underline this, the only way of understanding the unity of God, how there's a world full of people, full of things, animals and things, and multiplicity of things and so on, but there's only one God, and these multiple things come from just one God and so on, the only way of understanding this is through the ideas brought down in Kabbalah about spheres, about Tzimtzum contractions and so on, in my humble opinion, as explained in the Hasidic works, in the Hasidic thought, the only way to understand the unity of God is that. And that helps a person really connect to God. So again, if you're talking about the activation of levels by fulfilling commandments, that's for Jews. But if you're talking about knowing and understanding something that is going to help you relate to God better, that's for non-Jews also.